If you think of the course of human life, no one is perfect, right? And it's very tough each day to wake up and live a good life. It's tough to be mistake-free. So that's like human trajectory. We all go through patches where we make decisions against our value system. We all turn heel at one point.
Holding this championship, it is not heavy enough. John, I know you're watching. I know that you think that your successor had to look like you, had to talk like you, had to be like you, had to live like you. Well, the next one doesn't look like the last one, John, and you are convinced that you are the last of your kind. You are not. I am standing right here. I am holding this above my head as if it weighs nothing. And at WrestleMania 41, I will do the same. John Cena, you want some? Come get some!
John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, biggest match ever made, but also the biggest passing of the baton in WWE history. But can Cody, as great as his story is, create a legacy as gigantic as Cena's? But before we get into that, I'd just like to ask you to subscribe to the channel, give it a thumbs up, and click the bell. Now, let's get to the content. The top is a lonely place, where only a select group of the most tenacious, talented, and disciplined can reach. And even the rare few who manage to climb this gigantic mountain have to deal with countless types of problems that few of us will understand, such as insecurities, the fear of losing their position, and in the case of WWE, the pressure of carrying a company with so many employees and families depending on their performance. And the top is exactly where John Cena has been throughout his career. But even if loved or hated, he has done an excellent job. He is still human, and without a shadow of a doubt, all this weight has already taken him to very dark places in his mind.
I also have a lot of stress off of my shoulders because when you're one of the pieces of the machine that is responsible for the financial well-being, if you fail, the bottom line is directly affected. You're hypersensitive to that. If I go out there and fail now, the bottom line, it's the class carrying the torch now that needs the stress that I have. And I think before I had that weight on my shoulders, it was the stress of how do I get there? And then once you're there, it's the stress of, am I doing enough? Is this working? And then you finally get to a place where it's somebody else's turn.
And as expected, as his age began to advance and more Hollywood opportunities knocked on his door, John Cena gradually left his leading role and allowed the talents of the new generation to manage the rings. But still, even though his last reign as WWE champion was in 2017, there's still no son of a bitch on the WWE roster who can come close to him in terms of popularity. If you want an example of this, just take a look at his Instagram, which currently has 21 million followers, while Roman Reigns has 10, Cody Rhodes 2, and Gunther has just over 500,000, just to name a few.
I'm still here because you can't do your job.
So even though he's old and far from his peak, having lost basically everything important he's competed for in recent years, Cena is, and will probably be for a long time, what's best for business.
Tonight, standing in that ring, I wanted this experience to be a tour of goodwill. I've openly admitted I don't know how much I have left in the tank, and I just wanted to do something that would be nice for all of us to get together and have a good time. Unfortunately tonight, it dawned on me that that's not best for business. What is best for business is I main event WrestleMania.
And John Cena versus Cody Rhodes is definitely the best option for business. But until the confirmation of this fight, a question hovered over the world of pro wrestling. Will we have a baby face against another baby face in the main event of the year? Even if only the popularity of the two could carry the event, it seems somewhat unlikely to happen. And this led to several theories that Cody Rhodes could become a villain for the event, especially after the promo in which The Rock wanted his soul.
Cody, you are a great champion, but my friend, I want your soul, and I will embrace you as my champion.
I gave my soul to this ring and these people a long time ago. Hey, Rock, go yourself.
So we're all thinking of Cody Rhodes' heel turn, right? Think again, motherfucker. John Cena sold his soul to the devil, aka The Rock. And now we are all dying of curiosity as to how they are planning to build this road to WrestleMania. So before we talk about whether Cody can hold up the legacy that John will leave us, what can we expect from his appearance on the next Raw? Cena has already given us a glimpse into his new mentality. His cryptic post on social media, "Have the discipline to do what needs to be done, especially when you don't feel like it," tells us everything we need to know. He doesn't see this as a betrayal. He sees it as a necessity, a duty. And that's what makes this version of John Cena truly terrifying. Hustle, loyalty, and respect. Those three words meant everything to Cena. But here's the truth no one wants to talk about. They don't mean a damn thing when you're a failure. Cena had been losing for years. Losing to guys like The Rock, Roman Reigns, and even younger stars like Seth Rollins. And that takes a toll on you, no matter who you are. So what happens when you've been on top for so long and suddenly you're not? When the crowds cheer someone else and your own legacy starts to slip away, you lose yourself. Cena wasn't just losing matches. He was losing who he was. And that's the most dangerous thing for any man, when you no longer know what drives you, when your own identity begins to crumble. So what does Cena do? He takes a path darker than anything we've seen before. So what does Cena do when he steps into that ring next week on Raw? Does he apologize for what he's done? Hell no. Does he explain his actions like some humble servant asking for redemption? Not a chance. Cena's been humbled by failure, but he's not the type to beg for forgiveness. What I need Cena to do is walk into that ring with one simple message. I am John Cena, and I don't need any of you. Because when you've been through hell and come out the other side, you don't apologize to anyone. You take what's yours. You own it. I hope to see a John Cena that doesn't need the fans. He doesn't need your respect. He doesn't need your loyalty. Because in his eyes, Cena is the greatest of all time, and the GOAT does whatever the hell he wants. And right now, what Cena wants is power, and he'll do anything to get it, because that's what the GOAT does. With that, can Cody have a legacy as big as John Cena's? On paper, Cody has everything you'd want in a top guy. The name, the story, the passion, and most importantly, something Cena never had, the chase. Cena was chosen, the golden boy, the company's handpicked successor to the Attitude Era. But Cody had to fight for it. He walked away from WWE, built himself from the ground up, and clawed his way back to the top. His journey was earned, not given. And that's exactly why fans are so invested in him. But here's the thing. Being the top guy isn't just about the chase. It's about what happens after. When the moment fades, when the confetti settles, when the grind starts all over again. Can Cody carry WWE on his back for years, the way Cena did? Can he be the guy who sells out arenas, headlines WrestleManias, and never cracks under pressure? Because that's what it takes to truly step into Cena's shoes. Cena never broke. No matter how loud the boos got, no matter how much the fans turned on him, he never wavered. He stood his ground and kept moving forward. Can Cody do the same? Or is his story only compelling as long as he's chasing? Because sooner or later, that chase ends. And when it does, we find out what a man is truly made of. And here's the real problem. John Cena never had someone to overshadow him. When Cena was on top, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, CM Punk, they were all B-sides when compared to the scene. But Cody has to fight for his spot every single night. Against legends, against rising stars, against the very system that tried to keep him down. And the scary thing is, he may never truly win. But the truth is, Cody doesn't need to be the next John Cena. No one. It's the next John Cena. But that doesn't mean that he can't be the first Cody Rhodes. And maybe, just maybe, really justy maybe, that's an even greater legacy.